Hello, friends. The 1025th day of the war between Russia and Ukraine continues. Russian troops captured 5 settlements in Donbas over the past 24 hours, the Ukrainian military telegram channel Deep State reports. In the pocket south of Kurakhove, they captured Velyka, Yelizavetivka, and Romanivka. At the same time, the telegram channel does not confirm the loss of Ganivka, as reported by Russians and some Ukrainian military personnel. Let me remind you that yesterday, a Ukrainian soldier with the call sign Muchnoi reported the capture of Ganivka. The enemy entered Ganivka without any resistance. Our main forces were able to retreat from the village, he wrote. According to him, there is no one else in the village except for the Russians, who are conducting a cleanup there. Meanwhile, a lieutenant of the Ukrainian armed forces with the call sign Alex blames the command for the critical situation that has developed for Ukrainian troops in the Kurakhove pocket. The situation in the Kurakhove pocket is such that the guys will obviously have to be taken out through the gray zone, so as not to at least go through the red zone. It's all very simple. All this crap is due to idiotic orders, due to lies in reports, due to the desire of some degenerates to curry favor, due to the fact that there is no control mechanism, no possibility of appealing the commander's decision, due to the fact that there is no mechanism for punishing such crimes, the military man said. Also, the Russians in this area advanced in the area of Kostiantynopolsky and Suhyali, approaching the highway to Kurakhove, which is 5 kilometers away. To the south of Pokrovsk, according to Deep State, Novosilka and Pushkini have been captured. The distance to the southern outskirts of the city has decreased to 1.5 kilometers. A fighter with the call sign Muchnoi reported that our troops tried to counterattack from Pishchani today along the plantings towards Shevchenko. According to him, this cost many lives of our soldiers. There were many wounded and killed. We broke into Shevchenko and were immediately driven out of there. Then the enemy began to attack and reach the outskirts of Pishchani, the fighter reported. But at the time of writing, Muchnoi published another post in which he says that a counter-battle has begun in the Shevchenko area. In order to rectify the situation, our command transferred a strong brigade. I will not say yet, you will guess who in time. It is now in full force and has already begun an attack in order to drive the enemy out of Shevchenko. Ours immediately broke into the village. Now there is a strong fight, Muchnoi wrote in the evening. Today, Russian military telegram channels published a video of the raising of their flag over the building of the Kurakhove City Council. This is the central part of the city. Further to the west is the industrial zone, the Kurakhivska thermal power plant and pipe plant. That is, as we can see, the Russians are advancing from the east and have already captured almost all the residential buildings of Kurakhove. Only the industrial zone remains. Later in the evening, the Ukrainian military telegram channel Deep State confirmed the installation of the Russian flag over the Kurakhove mayor's office. The enemy continues to advance deeper into Kurakhove, gradually occupying the central part of the city, the telegram channel wrote. Deep State reports that the Russians have removed the Ukrainian flags in the center and captured 4 soldiers of the Ukrainian armed forces. A potentially dangerous situation has developed near Velyka Novosilka. There, the Russians have advanced from the south to the highway that leads to the city from the Zaporizhia region. There are just over 1.5 kilometers left to this road. Also, let me remind you, the enemy is not far from the highway that leads to the city from the north. Cutting both roads will mean the operational encirclement of Velyka Novosilka. Meanwhile, Deep State reports that in the village of Makharivka, the Ukrainian armed forces risk being encircled. Yesterday, the enemy crossed the river and is trying to gain a foothold west of Storozhevi. In addition, the enemy's offensive actions from Rivnopol with the aim of reaching Neskuchny continue. Thus, the Russians can completely cut off our forces in Makharivka, the telegram channel reports. It criticizes the command of the Ukrainian armed forces in this direction. There is no engineering support, no artillery either. But there are plenty of demands for reports and service investigations, writes Deep State. In the Kupiansk section of the Kharkiv direction, the Russians are consolidating a bridgehead on the western bank of the Oskil River and occupying the city of Dvoriechna. This is written by the Ukrainian military telegram channel Deep State. According to it, after clearing Novomlinsk of Russians, there is one more bridgehead left to the south, where Russian troops are entering through Masyutivka. All this time they continue to saturate the area with infantry, consolidate and make efforts to hold the occupied area, have constant advancement, and little by little occupy the settlement, writes Deep State, speaking about Dvoriechna. The High Command should pay attention to this area and not allow the enemy to increase the control zone, which may become an unpleasant consequence in the future, writes the Telegram channel. Friends, this channel exists solely thanks to your support. If you have the opportunity and desire to support the channel, I will be very grateful to you. I also want to ask you to leave comments. This helps promote the channel. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.